So after putting the wig cap on and pinning it down, I'm just going to start off by obviously applying the tracks to the cap. Now I am using hair glue to glue this down. I did not have a blow dryer. I recommend having a blow dryer when doing like glue using hair glue. Now this is where I messed up and I want to show you guys. So when applying the tracks, I applied them way too close to each other. Now what this does is it makes the hair way too thick at the bottom, and I didn't have enough bundles to even do that. So yeah, I messed up on that part. I shouldn't have put it that close together. So you're just gonna see me doing that all throughout, but soon I will fix that. Although I did have 4 bundles of this hair, the longest that I started with was with the 22 inch or 22 inch. And yeah, like I said, these bundles are thin, and the wefts, like the where you sew it or going on, it's pretty thin too, which makes the bundles thin. But the hair is not thin itself, it's just the actual bundle. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep going around until I have to use the next bundle, which is the 20-inch bundle, as you can see right here. And yeah, I'm just gonna keep applying this around the head. Now you can see where the line starts of the cap. Have to start putting the hair on that part so the cap won't show. Because I didn't have a blow dryer, I had to press down the track onto the cap and keep pressing and holding, only because I did not have a blow dryer. If I had a blow dryer, it would have been a lot easier, but to make it secure, I do recommend pressing down on the cap. Either way, even if you do have a blow dryer, this will make the track stick to the cap. Now here's the part where I applied the bundles correctly. I'm not saying that you can't apply the bundles or the wefts really close together, but being that the bundles were so thin, I had to space them out. Now this is how I should have done it. Like with this hair, I should have did like a centimeter or to an inch and a half an inch space parting with the bundles with applying it. As you can see, it's like a little gap, like a small little gap, about a half an inch gap, you know, or a centimeter gap, depending on how much hair you have or how thick the bundle is. So when I did this, I noticed that the hair flowed better with the middle part where you can see where it's like spaced out. It looked way better when I started spacing it out. And at the bottom, it was way too thick at the bottom. So after I got done finishing the wig, I'm like, wow, this hair is way too thick at the bottom. So I had to take some tracks out towards the bottom in the middle for it to flow the right way, so it won't look way too thick and bulky at the ends of the hair. So this is my last track, which is the 18-inch track, which is not a good thing because I have way more space that I need to fill up with this hair, which goes back to the reason why I said I should have never put the tracks way too close together, because it made me run out of hair way too fast. Now if I would have had like another bundle, it would have been a lot better, it would have flowed better, but it just looked unproportioned. It just didn't look portioned right. So you look unproportioned, that's what I was trying to say. So yeah, like I had to just go ahead and put this last track on here. And to help the glue stick, I do put pins. I stick pins in the track so the hair can dry that way and dry flat to the cap, because I did not have a blow dryer. Now that technique did work. As you can see, the hair is burgundy right here because I had to add some of my old curly hair in order to make this, you know, look fuller and fill in the gaps, you guys. So yeah, if you're working with this hair, make sure you space it out. I'm not going to really mention what hair this is that I'm using in this video. Make sure you turn on your bell notifications so you can see the details on this hair and how much I paid for it and how it looks when I try it on. So as you can see, this additional track really helped. I used like 2 of these tracks that I've had previously to my old hair, and as you can see, that gap, I had to fill in that gap in the middle and a small tiny gap on the side. So I just needed 2 more tracks. Now for the little part right there that's spaced out, I had to cut that part right there, and I just had to glue it on, obviously just to make everything even, make everything even out. So yeah, I'm just going to be using 2 more tracks for this part right here. So now it's time to lay down the frontal, the U-part frontal. Now this is where I messed up. This is another mistake that I want to include. I tried to use hair glue to glue down the U-part frontal. I don't know if you're supposed to do that. I don't know if you can do that, but it did not work at all. It went through the lace, it got to the hair. Keep in mind, this is my first time making a wig, so live and you learn. But I also wanted to include this part. It did not want to stick down, so I had to use a pin to stick it down. Still didn't work. Now I used, to turn it over to the right thing, I used a needle and thread to sew down this frontal, U-part frontal, and as you can see, it's sewed down. I'm not the best sewer, but I sewed it down pretty well to the point where it's going to be laid down and very, very secure. So after doing that, I go and proceed to put the last track onto the hair around the perimeter of the U-part frontal, so everything can be closed up and secure. And as you can see, everything is just flowing well. Although I do have some red burgundy type tracks in the middle of the hair, but I still think it looks kind of cute to me. It gives it a little little look. So now I'm just going to start off, I'm going to begin to spray the hair with some water and conditioner. I just used some Dollar Store brand conditioner, the Suave Coconut conditioner, with some water, and I'm just going to be running my fingers through the hair to make the hair all come together, because what type of hair that I'm using, I'm not going to mention in this video. Make sure you check out my other video, my next video, like I said, you guys. But I'm just going to be running my fingers through this hair to make the curls all come together and just getting all the knots out. So now I'm just going to be using my coconut curls mousse, which I love so much, and I'm just going to proceed to do the same exact thing. Run my fingers through the hair, make everything come back together, and make everything look natural and put together. Now I did get some shedding coming through the hair, obviously, because I was cutting on the tracks and to cut it to fit on the cap. So yeah, you will see some shedding. It's not excessive shedding, and curly hair sheds. So yeah. After taking the wig off, as you can see this black U-part spacing that came with the cap. You're gonna want to cut that part off. That comes with the cap. So yeah, you're gonna want to cut that part off so it can be, you know, really seamless and you don't have to see the black parting in between the frontal. And that's how any wig will look. You know, you wouldn't see that U part, you know, thing that's attached to the cap. So yeah, after cutting that off, this is how the frontal is looking, a U part frontal, and it looks so good. Honestly, already blends with my skin, so now I know I don't really have to bleach these knots. Something that I learned when cutting the lace off, I learned to cut like a zigzag, not to cut straight across, because when you cut straight across, you can obviously see the lace. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm trying to show you guys how I'm doing it. Yeah, I'm trying to cut like at a zigzag. I do not recommend using some old scissors. These scissors are so freaking old. Make sure you get you some shears, y'all, because shears, it just makes it look way much better and way more professional. So now I'm just gonna be taking out some hair for the baby hairs, and this frontal kind of already had baby hairs set on it because the hairs that you see are not really long. The baby hairs are long, but they're not actual like hairs for the, you know, for the from the wig. It's just like baby hairs. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyways, I took some Got To Be gel and I'm combing this out so I can start on the baby hairs. So that's what you're about to see right now. I'm about to go ahead and cut these hairs. Now, I did this wrong. I cut straight across and I cut at a weird angle to cut these baby hairs, and I did not like the way it turned out at all. The baby hairs did not look right. I'm like, oh my god, it's not looking like the Instagram wigs. What am I doing wrong? It's because I cut it at a weird angle and I didn't take out enough hair to make the baby hairs flow right. So it just looks really thin and looks choppy. So yeah, that's the part that I messed up on. Now I'm correcting things. I took out a lot more hair and I'm cutting at an angle. I'm cutting it towards me, cutting towards me, going down as I'm cutting. It's kind of hard to explain, but you can kind of see, and I'm just cutting on it. I'm cutting on it, and it's not an even cut. So yeah, now I can make the baby hairs. The baby hairs look a lot better after doing that, and I'm just using my Got To Be gel to swoop the baby hairs into place. As you can see, I am applying some Got To Be gel to the baby hairs. I didn't film this part, you know, after me putting the Got To Be glue gel on the hairs. I did add some mousse, and the mousse really molded the baby hairs a lot better. I should have added that part in, but all I did was use the coconut curls mousse to set these baby hairs in place, and after that I am all done. You guys, let me know how I did on my first wig. This was not easy, but it was not hard. It was not easy because it took me so long to film. You guys, let me know if you have any suggestions next time I make a wig, if you have any tips or tricks for me. But if you would like to see how this beautiful curly Brazilian looking wig looks on my head, then make sure you check out my next video. Do not forget to turn on your post notification bell so you can be notified, because I am posting that video tomorrow. You guys, thank you so much for watching. I love you, Baddieanas. Have a beautiful, blessed day. Bye. I know you need to get you a real one, girl. Someone who treats you better. Real one, girl. And you deserve whatever. A real one, girl. Don't you never give up until you matter. A real one, girl. Girl, I know you need to get you someone who treats you better, and I just don't understand it. She take you so for granted, and you deserve